Welcome to the BoofBlog. This is episode 13. It's been 168 days after my gastric bypass surgery. My weight is 143.4, I think it was. Or was it 6? I'm not sure. And that equals 316.14 pounds or 22.58 stones. My total loss so far is 43.3 kilos. That is since 18th of October 2011. Actually, that's since 19th of September because I lost 8 kilos before the operation itself. And today's date is April 1st, 2012. It's been a while since I did my last blog video. I went on vacation and there were some challenges on the vacation. I think I managed to get pretty okay by it. I haven't really been good with sweets. I've had like a sweet kick the last few weeks. I've been drinking quite a bit of coffee, and when I go to work, I usually buy something to have along with the coffee. So I can just list a few of the things I have been messing up on. I've had a little bit of chocolate cake, carrot cake, ice cream, and I've been struggling with seeing with my eye how much a normal okay portion should be. So I had a pretty big dinners, and I've pretty much found myself on the couch afterwards going like, oh, thought I was gonna die. Luckily, it was spaghetti mostly, and spaghetti and tomato sauce, and I always boil the spaghetti so that it's really well boiled, because then it doesn't expand in the belly. I've had potato chips. I haven't eaten all that much of those. I did buy 2 more packages, but it took me like 3 weeks to eat those. I've had, when I was on my vacation in Scotland, I had some cupcakes, and I actually used them like middle meals in a way, because I used them to take my medicine. So I had something to eat while I took the medicine, because I didn't want to eat bread all the time. So it's a bad excuse, but it worked. Sort of, it was like 1 or 2 cupcakes once in a while. They weren't big; they were just like this. I think I tasted 2 donuts. I don't really like donuts anymore. At least not the ones you get at 7-Eleven. They taste like crap. I had a little bit of cookies, like 1 or 2, nothing more than that. I did try a kebab. As I mentioned earlier, maybe the kebab downstairs, they have real meat, but then I tried like the grinded kebab, the one that you get, and it's like grinded meat, but it's on a stick, so they fry it on a stick, and then they just chop it, and that was actually okay. I asked for it without salad, and I didn't eat the bread, but I ate the meat itself, and it was just a little one. I ordered a little one, and it was more than enough. I barely could get it down. But it was really good to feel that I could eat those easier, because if I should get the cravings, I know I can actually have some kebab without actually, sacrificing everything. But it went slow, and it's not something I will eat a lot of, because I more or less like stopped eating junk food because it's so hard to get down. I mean, I eat rather a slice of bread with some topping than I go and get some junk food, because it's just too hard to get down. Pizza is horrible. It's like I hear people say, yeah, well, we can just order in pizza, and I'm like, okay, is there anything else I can order? And it's pizza is, I like pizza, I like the taste, but it takes so much effort to chew it, so it just tastes bad before I can actually swallow it. And I can manage maybe 1 slice of pizza before I actually just get tired of it. Um, as I say, I went to Scotland and I had some nice. Actually, I didn't get drunk, but we had a few drinks when I was in Scotland, and I was kind of anxious that I would, um, get really, really fast drunk because I hadn't eaten a lot before we went to a karaoke bar where you could just order drinks to the karaoke room, and were there for like 2.5, 3 hours. Um, and I went to the bar and I just ordered what I thought it was just a mug, like or I don't even know. It's like a really big cup, but of glass. And the guy in the bar looked at me like, "Okay, how many glasses?" And I was like, because I didn't know the size of the thing before he made it, I was like, one. And he just looked at me and gave me that really, really weird stare. Um, so he eventually came out with a thing like this, and like I guess like this much with alcohol in it, and it tasted really good. And that was the fun part. It tasted really good, and I had like 3 or 4 of them, and I shared with the other people there. And I didn't really felt anything. So it went pretty okay. And I tried Corona beer, beer in general with. And I also tried another beer, and the fizz in the beer is almost like soda. It's really hard to swallow. I found that it got easier to swallow it when you had a few drinks first, but you could still feel that you didn't really feel ultimate. Okay. I have my checkup on this. I think it was 17th this month. Um, it's the 6 month checkup. I'm wondering how that will go. I'm trying to get below 140 kilos until I'm going for a checkup. Yeah, more for a personal goal because I think I was like 25 kilos down or something when I was there the last time. I can't remember. I probably mentioned it in the blog. I just can't remember. Um, so I don't really know how much more I should talk about. Did buy me a bottle of whiskey when I was in Scotland. Everyone that goes to Scotland buys a bottle of whiskey. At least I do. I bought an 18-year-old one. I'll go and get it so you can see the type. I don't really drink a lot of whiskey. I still have the bottle I bought over there in, what was it, 2010, 2009, 2010? And it was from the same manufacturer. It's called Lockett's Bros. And they make it themselves. This is called Craglaith, I think it's pronounced. And it's a single Speyside malt Scotch whiskey. Glenrothes 1990. So I can just show you the label. See if you can make it out. And it's 18 years old, and it wasn't really all that expensive. I think I paid 400 Norwegian crowns for it or something. They didn't really have that other one that I used to have. The other one I bought cost like 750 Norwegian crowns, and I think it was only 12 years, but it was of a limited edition, I think. I haven't tasted this yet. I'm gonna save it a little bit. I don't really. I mean, when I drink whiskey, it's like one whiskey glass, and I'm like, don't drink it for half a year, maybe. But But whiskey, on contrary, wine actually keeps itself quite dry. So as long as I don't open it, it's okay. It won't get better since it's already bottled, but it's. I'll show you the other one I have. It's the other one I bought is the Singleton. It's called this one, and it's a 12-year-old. And as you can see from the volume, I still have a little bit left, and this is a really, really, really good whiskey. But as I say, I don't really drink that much, but I like to just once in a while I get a kick, and I want to just have one glass, you know. I never have beer in the house either. I used to have maybe a couple of cans of beer, but I sort of skipped all that now. Anyway, I got dinner ready on the stove, so I'm just gonna get back to that. Thanks for all the messages you guys have been sending me. It's really motivating. Thanks for all the comments. And in case a lot of people actually wonder, I do have a problem looking into the camera. I've always had this problem with actually looking people straight into the eye, and it's sometimes been a problem, and most of the time I'm like, people don't notice it, but friends and people that know me will actually kind of notice that I rarely actually look them in the eye when I talk to them. It's a little bit different with the camera because I don't really feel it's the same, but still I prefer not to look directly into the camera. It's maybe my imagination, but it's like I don't like people to look into my eyes because it makes me really uncomfortable. It's like people can see my soul and stuff like that. It's kind of silly, but it's the way I am. So if you're annoyed with me actually not looking that much into the camera, feel free to not watch my videos, but it's one of my lesser flaws, if you can call it that. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it here and talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.